Once again, the Dons with a 15-8 lead over the Salem Hills team in that first quarter. Pretty dominant quarter for one player in the Dons lineup, Tanner Argyle with 11.
We'd like to thank our sponsors here on Spanish Fork Cable. We got the Car Guys with the instant replay, MVP Sports with the MVP player of the game, Lance Wilson with the great assist of the game. We saw a couple in the first quarter. Two Jack's Pizza, Spanish Fork Community Network, and then Triple T Heating and Cooling. Great sponsors that make these wonderful broadcasts possible. You also can stream these live on YouTube or the Spanish Fork Community Network site.
Yes, and we encourage those who are, you might be out of town for a game, wherever, you can use your cell phone and watch a game anymore.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I wonder where we'll be in 10 years with some of these things.
I don't know. It's scary to think about. You won't even need cards. You can just be teleported wherever you want to go.
That'll be nice. It is 2016, and I didn't get my flying car in 2015.
That's right. Terrible. Shot up and missed, a foul, and Jax Tobiasen will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And the Skyhawks don't have anybody that can match up with Jax Tobiasen. He's a solid 6'7". And like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Salem Hills' tallest guy is 6'3", and they're a lot thinner than Jax is as well.
Much more lean for sure. Tobiasen misses the front end of this 2-shot scenario. Dons are playing Tobiasen with looking at the wrong stat up there. He has no fouls, so we're good.
Tobiasen has done a great job of staying out of foul trouble because he has a tendency to get in it, but he doesn't have any at this point in the ballgame.
Knocks down 1 of 2. So he has 3 points, and the Dons with a 16-8 lead. Salem on their end. With the ball, Cameron Morris. Morris over right side to Kobe Gowdy, who just checked in. Gowdy back to Morris. Salem Hills turns the ball over. An ill-advised pass by James Nelson, and the Dons with it. Right side, and the ball nearly turned over.
Great hands by Thor.
Shot up, missed. Rebound, Salem Hills. Here come the Skyhawks. Angle left again is Morris.
Salem came out, hit their first 2 threes, and man, they've gone cold from behind the arc since then. They've had plenty of open looks.
They have not made a field goal since the first, until I just opened my mouth. Tanner Bills knocks down the shot. They hadn't made a field goal since, I believe it was the first minute of the game.
Yeah.
Minute and a half, maybe.
They got on the board early and quick. But the Dons, powered through. But give credit Spanish Fork. They've been ferocious on that zone defense they've been playing.
We want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring tonight's MVP of the game, located at 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. 798-3587 is a number, or you can go to MVPSportsUtah.com. Alley-oop inbound. Argyle ends up with it. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Argyle's pretty good free throw shooter. Let's see if he can connect on these 2.
Dons as a team, 2 of 4. Argyle, 1 of 2. First one good.
And we didn't jinx him that time.
We did not.
Now, that was the 7th team foul by the Skyhawks, so Spanish Fork will be shooting the rest of this half, and there's 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in it, so that's big.
Argyle rolls the last one in.
Shooter's touch.
18-10, Dons with the lead. Left side. It's thrown away by Gowdy. Here come the Dons. Tired to the base. Lays it up, scored it.
Austin Thor gets the bucket that time, and Salem will call timeout. And their passing has been questionable the last few possessions for Salem Hills.
The Car Guys sponsors tonight's instant replays of the game, as you see this one here by Tire. They are located at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork. 798-0077 is the number where you can reach them or visit them online at thecarguysutah.com. Well, I'm going to tell you, you know, a 10-point lead here in the second quarter. The Dons off to a great start, Chris.
Yeah, that's for sure. They've played well on both ends of the court. They've made the shots that they've need to make, and they've really stifled Salem Hills, where they came out really hot. But you know, the one thing you worry about for Spanish Fork is if they do get hot, because that corner three, as they rotate the ball, has been open. So you got to make a couple of small adjustments, but for the most part, I think the Dons have played pretty good defense so far this evening. For Salem, you just got to start knocking down some of those open looks and then stop turning the ball over.
Don's going a little smaller as Tobias is still on the bench for Spanish Fork. Big man now, Bridger Knowles, along with number 15, Brady Lewis. They're going to take the duties of controlling the post. And Salem Hills in possession of the ball. Branson Webster gets it to Caleb DeGraff and Reed as Salem Hills now has gone back to their starters. To the base, missed layup, and the Dons at the rebound. Nice job there by Bridger Knowles pulling that down. Three ball, good. Austin for three.
Yeah, and Austin, he has a tendency to get hot from behind the arc. We saw that from him last season and earlier in the preseason.
Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, sponsoring tonight's great assist of the game. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Right side.
Spanish Fork's really extended this zone defense up high, and wow, that I don't know where James Nelson was throwing the ball that time.
Yeah, that was a little ill-advised.
That's three huge turnovers, just the last four possessions for Salem Hills.
So back running the point, Tanner Argyle. He has 13 tonight, and Salem Hills gets it right back from him.
It looks like Salem's just, their offense is designed to run five guys at the top of the, beyond the arc, and once in a while cut somebody through the middle. Really has extended this Dons defense.
Shot up by Webster, no, rebound to the Dons. Here they come, left side, Garrett Hales. Hales pulls back. To find Argyle right here.
And Salem switched here to man-to-man defense.
Shot up, no good. Rebound Salem Hills as Brady Lewis misses there.
That's a shot you need to make when you're that close. You need to connect on those easy layups.
Caleb DeGraff and Reed for three. So 13 on the board, DeGraff and Reed's first bucket of the game.
And when I think of DeGraff and Reed, I think of Payson for some reason, but that name's becoming pretty popular here at Salem Hills.
Well, they've all
well.
moved over here.
They have.
Jimmy, the head coach, obvious star of Salem Hills basketball, and Phil, an assistant coach. I said Salem Hills basketball is Payson, both of those guys, Phil and Jimmy. Big stars at Payson High School. Jimmy went on to play college ball at, I believe
Weber?
Both of them played college ball at Weber State. Could be wrong on that. I know for a fact Jimmy did. Had a great college career there. Up top, the Salem Hills worked it around, ball knocked away. Turnover once again. Salem Hills. Those long passes and another attempt on that time just tipped away by the Dons.
It's four in this quarter of it. Just horrible passes.
Garrett Hales holds it up, bumped, no foul called.
Coach Roberts wants a timeout, and I guess
no, he doesn't.
Didn't get it.
Austin knocks it down. He's got 7 points, Austin Thayer.
Timeout? No timeout.
No, we're good. 12-point lead for the Dons at 25-13. Ball knocked away again. The Dons active. That time Tobiasen. There's your 20-second timeout.
20-second timeout as the Dons have their hands of fury going on tonight.
That's right. Defense working well for Spanish Fork, at least in the long-distance passing passing game for Salem Hills. I want to thank Two Jacks Pizza for sponsoring tonight's game as well, along with the car guys, State Farm, Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, on Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, SFCM for being a part of this, and obviously SFCM bringing this game to you here on Channel 17 tonight. And we want people to understand also, Chris, that during, you know, when between Spanish Fork and Maple Mountain, now if 2 games are going on, you can switch from 17 to 16. If you're missing one game, you're probably going to find the other one on the other channel if they're playing that night, and if that doggone city council meeting isn't on that night.
Who wants to watch the city council meeting when you got these basketball games going on? Unless you need to, you know, like a nap or something.
Yeah.
Oh, offensive foul
that's
that
right.
time.
Moving pick on Salem Hills. It appeared to be on Braxton Bambro.
And make sure you're tuning in on Tuesdays and Fridays, because we're going to have a lot of games coming up here as region play gets fast and furious for both Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork, and both teams have a good shot at winning the region again this season.
Should be exciting. Outside, Tanner Argyle bumped, fouled. Call it on the Dogs. Well, off the ball.
Foul.
They're going to call a foul against Spanish Fork, and that will go against Braden Christensen. That'll be his second.
And he's one of those guys that has a tendency to get in foul trouble as well.
What big guys are there for, Chris? They're going to bruise you up. Bambro kicks it back out. Webster all alone and knocks down the 3. And you said, well, the Dons had better be careful about the corner 3, and now they're getting a little bit of punishment from it.
It's been open the last, it's been open the whole game. I guess they're just willing to give that up with this defense that they're playing.
Argyle on the base, rattles, no, rebound and a foul against the Dons. I think Christensen picking up his 3rd there is going to make a quick trip out.
Right. Yeah, and coming up next for the Dons, you have Wasatch on Tuesday, and that will be broadcast here on Channel 17. And then, like you mentioned, Salem Hills, or Maple Mountain will be right here at Salem Hills on Channel 16, both those games being broadcast at the same time.
Yep. So Wasatch at home, you say?
Yes.
Shot up and good. The run into the 1-and-1 for Bambro.
I've just been like a coach. I've just been taking it one game at a time. I was so focused on this one, I didn't even look to see who they were playing until I just checked it on my phone.
Next one good. So Salem Hills, perfect 4 of 4 from the line. Spanish Fork's lead cut to 7.
And now this is a point where if you're Spanish Fork, you got to take that momentum back, keep that lead going into the half. You don't want to give the Skyhawks any momentum.
Austin Dyer, ball swatted away. Nelson got it there.
Took a little too long throwing that shot up that time for Thor, and he paid the price.
I want to thank Two Jacks Pizza for sponsoring tonight's game. They took care of us before the game. They always have some here. Chris always shows up a little too late.
I need to be on time,
You have to get here a little bit earlier. You can get in on some of that. He rolled right over the ball. Jump ball.
Yeah, that looked like that could have hurt, but it looks like he came up all right.
Yeah. Salem Hills in possession. Pretty packed house tonight.
Yeah, great crowd, great environment. A lot of noise here tonight as well.
Yeah. A minute 29 remaining here in the second quarter as the Dons make a substitution, bringing in Congdon.
Give Salem credit. They've done a good job of fighting back in this ball game and hitting those corner 3s. Looks like it might be all Dons all night.
Webster back out, shot up, 3 ball, got it. Nelson with a bucket, and it's a 4-point game.
I think Tanner Argyle's going to try and answer here.
pushes one up. The ball looked blocked there a little bit, unable to convert. DeGraff and Reed, they work at left side. Is that Nelson again?
Yeah,
and he misses this time, but Salem Hills gets it back to the base. Shot up at the right hand, no good for Morris, and the Dons at the board, 47 on the clock.
Just seems like just a couple of minutes ago, the Dons had that 12-point lead, and Salem's done a great job of whittling that thing down right before the half.
Hales, angle left, work up at the top of the key,
Oh, wow.
thrown away. Tobiasen loses it. Going to the base, Nelson puts it up and swatted by Tobiasen. Salem on the board, can't connect. Is being DeGraff and Reed. One shot, Jesse Roberts is calling, but the 3-ball jacked up by Argyle. He can't get it. The ball knocked away as he got his own rebound. What a series here.
Argyle's got a little too much adrenaline going in him right now. He just needs to relax a little bit, as it looks like they might pull him out of the game.
Substitution. And they'll bring in Austin off the bench.
Yeah, that's
Argyle's going to have a cooling off period.
They said one shot, he didn't listen. Roberts let him have it a little bit, but just to give Argyle credit, he's been playing hard.
It is a touch loud to be
yeah,
hearing
it is
the
touch
coach.
loud.
8 ticks remaining. Salem Hills wants a final shot. Who can blame him? DeGraff and Reed, right side, 3-ball, no at the buzzer. And the Dons, who had a pretty solid lead, one pointed at 12, it's been cut down to 4 as we head to the half. 25-21, Dons with the edge here on Spanish Fork 17.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.